Hello, welcome back to the channel. Just last week I talked about my top and my bottom of last year, 2022, but I kind of wanted to make sure and just kind of hit on everything that I saw new last year. I saw 88 new movies, and I was trying to double what I'd seen the year before, which was 42. And so today I'm going to rank every movie that was released in 2022 that I saw in 2022. So again, not everything, but this is my list. This is Kayla. She's my wife, and she's going to be here to object to or agree with things that I say. Some of these she has no opinion about, so those ones will go by pretty quick. Hey, we got a lot to go through, so let's get started. All right. One take. I did it first try. Okay, so number one is Scream, first movie I saw last year. I'm going to put Scream. I really liked it. The fifth one in the series. I think I'll put it in A because I really did like it. I'm going to try to be brief. Anything else I need to say about Scream?
Did I watch this one?
You've seen Scream. We rented it and we watched it at home afterwards the same day that we saw, that I saw 1990's Pretty Women. That was the double feature that day. So. Oh, okay. and these are in the order that I saw them, not necessarily the order they were released. So some of them I caught later in the year.
Yeah, it was good.
You don't even remember it. Did I see this
Well,
movie?
I was trying to remember which one it was I saw, if that was the
newest.
The
new one is one you saw.
Okay, cool.
Did I see this movie? Yeah, it was good, I guess.
It's good.
That's you. Okay. Moonfall is one of the worst movies I saw this last year. Yeah, it's garbage.
It wasn't even fun? I didn't
Oh, it was fun. It was fun, but it's still bad.
Okay.
It's F-tier quality, but you could have a good time watching it. Jackass Forever is one of the best movies of the year. It's easily S-tier. I'm not joking. I loved Jackass.
I know you're not joking.
I talked about it in my best of the year video, but it is just perfect at what it wants to be. Okay, Death on the Nile. It's not as good as Murder on the Orient Express. It's got Armie Hammer in it, which is awkward nowadays since he's like a weird cannibal person.
C.
I think that's probably where I would put it. I was tempted to put it in D, but I think we'll let it live in C tier. Because, I mean, it wasn't actively bad, and I did enjoy it while I was watching it, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uncharted, I think, is another C. I think I'm going to put it above Death on the Nile, though. Again, I enjoyed watching it while I watched it. I even saw it a second time once we were at home with the kids. But it's not one I'm going to seek out ever.
No. I keep being like, oh, I should rewatch it because I wasn't really paying attention.
Nah, you don't need
when
to.
I watched it with the kids.
All right, let's talk about Studio 666. I went and saw this in theaters with my buddy Isaac. And it's a D tier, I think. It's better than I thought it might be. But it's not great. But, what do you expect? Because the guys in it it's the band, the Foo Fighters, and they make their own horror movie, and it's fun and goofy and everything, but at the same time, it's like, I still gotta rate it as a movie. And so it's like, it was a fun time, but it was too long. It was like over 2 hours long. The movie should have been 90 minutes, easy, in and out, 85, and then credits after. That's what it should have been. One of the worst movies of the year for me, Texas Chainsaw, easily. I hated this movie. I was actively angry when it was over. It was on Netflix, at least. The Batman. I'm going to go A tier on that one.
However he's feeling today.
However I feel right now. And this list would not be duplicated tomorrow if I make it, for sure. The Batman was really, really good.
Yeah. Except for that weird, really long staring and the really long goodbye to...
Oh, what, with Catwoman at the end?
Catwoman. That was it didn't give me what I wanted. I was like, you should have kissed at least one more time.
You just want every movie you want the male lead and the female lead to kiss each other.
Yeah.
That's what you want at the there can
Everybody
never
knows that everyone kisses each other goodbye, right?
there can never be like any kind of
They weren't
wanting.
gearing it to the ladies, and that was a miss.
What do you mean they weren't gearing it towards the ladies? Colin Farrell's in this movie, all right?
He cute. He real cute.
Thick boy. Okay, Turning Red. I think this is a B tier. It's...
What?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in B tier. Obviously, you disagree with me on that one.
I put it A tier.
A tier. Wow. I liked it. I thought it was very good. Fun little animated movie.
Four Town Forever. That was great.
B is fine. B is good. B is still a recommend.
I'm just saying I put it in A.
Great. Hey, I'm glad you would. I'm going to put Morbius, though. Our next movie on the list.
I have not seen that.
That's a F tier. And that's going to go not quite as... It's bad. But it's not as bad as Texas Chainsaw. But it's not funny like Moonfall is at all. So that's where I put that one. I don't want to waste any more time talking about Morbius. Michael Bay's movie Ambulance is next. Now, I've seen quite a few people online that I really like. They really are for Ambulance. And for me, it was fine. But where they are excited about all the drone crazy shots that Michael Bay is doing, I'm like, this is excessive. Which, to be fair, is what Michael Bay does. But so for me, I think it's going to be a C tier, but I'll put it's definitely a lot of style. Way more style than Uncharted. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah. That's another S tier.
S tier.
That's a really, really good movie.
Really, really good.
We know some people who don't like some crass stuff, and that was a turnoff for them. I don't think it was that bad. Plus the emotional, resonance of everything, and the performances are very good. So it's easily way up there. A movie that's not way up there, and I think I'm going to put D tier, and I'm going to put it below Studio 666.
I still haven't seen it.
The Secrets of Dumbledore. Guess what? I hadn't seen the second one. I skipped the second one, went to the third one.
I haven't seen the second one.
And it wasn't great. And guess what? You don't have to see any of them now because it's never going to get finished. So just,
oh, really?
Yeah, just don't watch it because...
I thought I saw something about...
Nope, they're done. It did not make money. That's last I read anyway. So.
Just joking.
But yeah. Pass. The Northman is... That's a pretty good movie. It's definitely very artsy. The violence in this movie, Kayla, is something to behold. People getting decapitated and how nasty the Vikings are.
It's I do want to see it, but yeah, that's a lot.
But it also is telling a revenge story and everything. So I'd say a good movie. Mm-hmm. I liked it, but I think I only liked it a B tier. I think that's where I stand with The Northman. It's wild, and if you're into that kind of that's also not a genre that I'm particularly excited by. Historical, action, epic, revenge movies like Braveheart and that kind of stuff. That's not my cup of tea. But I still like this one. But if you do like that kind of stuff, I think this movie could probably hit pretty hard for you. So, yeah. A movie that did hit pretty hard for me. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Maybe just about the same as The Northman, actually, if I'm thinking about how excited I was by it. I did like it. And these Sonic movies continue to be way better than I expect them to be. Mm-hmm. Which I think is why you walk out of the theater feeling as excited and pumped about it. Because it's man, that was pretty good. And I was not expecting it to be good at all. With this one, I was expecting a little bit more than with the first one. And I think it delivered. I think that Knuckles, Idris Elba's Knuckles, is a very fun character. An even stupider version of Drax, right? Pretty much. And then him and Tails. It's fun. I'm going to say...
It's even funnier, that is, Idris Elba.
Idris Elba is great. And Jim Carrey continues to be great.
He's
fantastic.
Great.
It's one of my favorite Jim Carrey roles. him as Dr. Robotnik. I
liked how hard they were going with his assistant this time.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
So I said all that about Sonic, and then here's the bad guys, and I think I like the bad guys maybe even more than I like Sonic. Mm-hmm. I've seen it a lot more. The kids pick it a lot. The art style and animation on it is really cool and creative and way more rubbery in movement than like we had ever had in CG up until like the last 5 years. And the voice cast is awesome. It's a great introduction for kids to crime movies. Like it's a pretty basic story, but the basic twists in it like rocked my kid's world when he watched it. He was like, "What, a triple cross? What?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, that's pretty wild."
Spoilers.
I didn't say who triple crossed who or anything. It could be anybody.
There's a triple cross.
Spoilers for the bad guys. But I think I put in B tier. I really did enjoy that one a lot.
Good.
Here's a movie that has just soured the longer I've been away from it. And probably the fact the fact that you're not going to be happy
watching so many reviews about it.
No, because get this, I have not wanted to go back and watch it. That's the big thing.
Oh.
I haven't gone back. I haven't felt the need to go back and watch it. I saw it one time. There are definitely some cool parts in it. There's a part like when, and then I'm going to say spoilers for everything. I'm just saying that. Spoilers for anything we're covering.
Sure.
Unless it's something you haven't seen and I don't want to spoil it for you, in which case I won't spoil it.
Okay.
Like there's some cool images, like when he comes back as like the zombie Doctor Strange, right? Uh-huh. I'm like, that's pretty metal. That's really cool. The score in it is, I do like the score in it.
I love Scarlet Witch.
I know you like Scarlet Witch, but this isn't the best Scarlet Witch. The best Scarlet Witch is in WandaVision. And I mean, she's scary.
I mean, she wasn't quite all the way there, though. Like,
yeah, I mean, but
this is her being.
It definitely feels like
the Scarlet Witch.
You can tell that it was like one director, Scott Derrickson, was working on it, and then he was like, I don't like where this is going, and so he left, and then Sam Raimi came in and does some Sam Raimi stuff, which I do like and I think is fun, but story-wise, character-wise, like Doctor Strange doesn't get any real changes. Like he's still breaking the rules.
Well, he's just kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I think it's I'm gonna probably put it here in C tier.
What?
Yeah.
Below?
I'm gonna put it in C tier.
Yeah, don't do that.
Maybe.
What? No, because you liked it when you saw it.
Okay, I'll put it there.
You really liked it when you saw it. You really did.
Yeah, but I like if I walk out of a movie theater, 95% of the time I'm like, that's the best movie I've seen all year. And you can tell that by listening to a lot of my reviews that I do right after I walk out of a movie theater. Which is one reason why I kind of wanted to do this tier list, just kind of revisit everything. I was amazed when I was going through the posters that I actually remember what all of the movies are about. Like, there wasn't like, what is that again? Speaking of weird movies, though, Men, this movie is weird, and I think according to the internet, I'm probably just not smart enough to understand what it's really about and everything. But it definitely did do a good job. Again, I mentioned this in my review, at letting me kind of get a little glimpse about what it would feel like to be a lady when there's just creepy dudes all over the place. Because whenever a guy shows up on the screen, you're like, uh-oh, here comes trouble. Even when nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, it just makes you more aware. So that's cool. The end of it is super wild. And if you want to see some disturbing horror imagery.
I'm okay.
I'm not saying you, not you.
I'm good.
If you would like to see some disturbing horror imagery, you should watch that. You would have to rent the movie because you definitely can't see what's going on YouTube. So, I'll put it, for me though, it's in D tier, but I'll put it up there because I definitely will say like the acting.
That poster is creepy.
The acting and stuff in it is better than anything in Studio 666. So. Chip and Dale, another surprise. This was
fun.
very funny. Pleasant surprise. This one I think about and I like more as the year goes along. I think I'm gonna go and put this up in the B tier also. I think I'm gonna put it below the Bad Guys though. I think I pick Bad Guys to be above Chip and Dale just because it doesn't have that, like, none of the laughs in the Bad Guys come from, like, hey, look at this pop culture thing, yeah. So, I mean, there's some, but not nearly as much as Chip and Dale. Not to say Chip and Dale does it bad. I think it does a good job at it, but that's what I have to say about Chip and Dale. Okay, Downton Abbey, a new era. This is the closest I'll ever get to walking into an Avengers movie without knowing what is going on. Because that's how this movie was. It's like, here's all these characters. You're supposed to know how they act and everything. And the people I watched it with were crying and everything at all the parts you're supposed to. But I'm just like, I don't know why that butler quitting his job to go work in LA is a big deal. But I guess it is. So anyway.
I haven't seen it. Nor have I watched any of them.
But that being said, I didn't hate it or anything. It was pleasant. It was a pleasant way to spend the afternoon. I put it there. C tier.
Great.
Firestarter, though, that's a F. And that's right there. It's real bad. I talked about it in my worst of the list. Zac Efron, you got to do better than this, buddy. You got to pick better movies.
Well, in his defense, he thought he was doing, like, a remake.
No. Here, let's go back.
I haven't seen it.
No. This is what's happening in this movie. Zac Efron is, like, literally, like, his eyes are half open, like, how much he's paying attention to what's going on in this movie. He's just like, oh no, here come the military guys. I better do my superpower to them. My wife is dead. You've got to stop burning cats to death. Firestarter girl, like stuff like that. It really, I mean, it's like I saw Zac Efron in another movie this year, and he was way better than that. That's all I gotta say. And also, I've seen him be better. Like I said in the worst of the year review, I've seen him be better in movies because I've seen High School Musical. So, The Lost City, starring Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Loved it.
We watched this one at home. Missed it in the theaters. Again, this is like my thing for the year. Man, that movie was funnier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be funny because it was going to try to be funny at least. Mm-hmm. And it did a good job, and some surprising humor and some like gore humor I was not expecting, which I appreciate. And so both of them, and Brad Pitt and Daniel Radcliffe, all of them.
The Brad Pitt stuff.
Her assistant, they're all great. And so
maybe watch that again. Actually,
it's a fun one. It's a really fun, easy watch.
I would like to watch it again.
I'm gonna put that one. I'll put it in C tier, but it's gonna be top C tier. So this is the only documentary that I have on here because I didn't really watch any other documentaries this year. There were a couple I really, really wanted to get to, but I just didn't get to them. This one's called Our Father. A bit of a bummer of a watch about a guy who tricks people into carrying his babies for them, secret babies that he doesn't ever want people to know about. And he's supposed to be like their gynecologist, right? Or the OBGYN.
No, he is a renowned fertility doctor.
That's right. Okay. And so, it's real messed up.
And he's also he can be your gynecologist as well.
Yeah.
Which he was to some people.
And it is messed up, and it makes you mad. And so I think it does what it wants to do in that.
But then you're finding out,
you find out lots of stuff.
There's more people that have done this. You're like, how much has this not been regulated?
That's not in the documentary, though. We found out, people have found out since that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I think for this one, it's hard to rank. For me, it's hard to rank a documentary like this because, like,
I think it was well done.
Yeah, it was well done. But while I'm watching it, it's not like I'm having a good time or anything, or like
you want to know what's happening.
Yeah, I guess so.
You are learning stuff because you're learning.
I guess so.
I don't know.
I was on the. I mean, it wasn't. I just had a feeling in my gut it wasn't gonna end well. Like that, it was gonna be like a bummer. Like it's. But
at the same time, there's like good stuff that has come of it.
Yeah, I'll put it in C tier. I'll go C tier on that. It's definitely. I mean, if you like documentaries and you've watched every other documentary, go for it. Oh goodness, here we go. Top Gun, baby. Right. That's a S tier. Easy breezy. You ain't seen Top Gun. See Top Gun.
Just watched it with my parents. And
yeah, we did. That was the first movie.
Second time.
First movie I saw of 2023.
And I still was like...
Yeah, it's a good movie. I didn't know how well it would play at home. It plays well.
No, it's good.
All right, here we go. Jurassic World Dominion. I don't know if I'm able to put it all the way down in F tier. It's bad. I don't like it. I'm putting it in F tier. I'm putting it below
You're
Moonfall.
You're going to make Coulson so sad.
I told my son, he already knows how I feel about it. And I know he likes it, and that's fine. And we both are fine. We both love each other. My 7-year-old will understand. All right?
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know what I think about it.
It was so disappointing. That's all.
I can't remember some of
I feel like it's too low, really.
I feel
like, okay, I'll put it in D tier.
I'm trying to remember what...
It's bad, but it's not like...
They're trying to get them off the island?
No, that's the last one. What happens in this one is there are giant crickets that are eating all the crops. Right. And the story doesn't have to do with dinosaurs at all. There just happen to be dinosaurs around.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
No, it's not cool. I
mean, the crickets were crazy. Like, the crickets... Giant crickets still a part of like
no, because they even say
time?
No, they even say they're like these aren't prehistoric crickets. They're like
why they should have done a prehistoric bug then, huh?
Here's the thing:
or no bugs.
you're trying to justify like it's okay that they're just giant crickets. It's Jurassic Park. It's gotta have It's gotta be about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Let's go to something that was nice.
Hey, how about Lightyear, though?
Yeah.
I liked Lightyear.
That's good.
I don't think it was necessarily groundbreaking or anything like that. I think I'll put it in B tier, and I think I'll put it below Turning Red.
Wow.
I want to put it above... I'm going to put it above Turning Red.
I was going to say, you really loved it.
For Socks. I'm putting it above for Socks because I really liked Socks. Elvis, I'm moving to A tier. I know for some people it was too crazy, and Tom Hanks' performance is too over the top and wild and weird. And those things are fair, but Austin Butler's performance as Elvis Presley is insane. And his voice... and his mannerisms, and not only singing, but also like when he's like acting like subtly, and when he gets mad and everything, that guy is just there, and it is so good. Really, really enjoyed that movie. The Black Phone, one of the best horror movies I think of the year. To be fair, I didn't see some of the ones that people are saying are the best ones, but I did like The Black Phone, and it's a bit of a downer of a movie, as much as, like kids getting murdered kind of can be. The only movie you can have fun with that is It. That's because it's got Fun Clown in it. With the Black Phone, I think I want to go in B tier. I'm going to put it right there.
Right with the kids' movies.
Yeah, the kids. Perfect. B tier is for kids' movies and movies that if your children see them, they will be forever scarred. So, The Northman and The Black Phone. Perfect. Massive. What is it? Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
S tier.
No, I can't go S tier.
Yeah.
No, I'm going.
A tier.
I'll go A tier, and I'll go right below Batman.
I think it's S tier. I had such a fun.
It is very
so much
funny.
fun watching it.
It is very funny.
I loved all of it.
Again, one of my favorite moments of the entire year is in this when they're talking about Paddington 2. It blew my mind that they talked about that movie in in contention as like one of the best movies ever made, because that's my favorite movie, best movie, and so really, really, no, it's a fun one. Nicolas Cage is having a blast, obviously, making that movie.
He's just having a good time in general.
Did you hear that he said he'd never watch this movie? He said it would be too weird and too crazy for him to watch it.
It was like a third, like, what is that called?
Like he's having an out-of-body experience? Or
Yeah.
Weird one. It's a fun movie, though.
Cool.
Here you go. A new top one. RRR.
Top S.
I love RRR. I will say it every time I talk about it. It's a great movie. And y'all should watch it. And yeah, it's on Netflix. And you should go do it. You should watch it right now. It's 3 hours.
Really good.
And it cruises. The second time I watched RRR was with Kayla. I'd watched it by myself and I said, you gotta watch this movie. And we sat down to watch the movie, and it was like 10 o'clock at night, maybe even later, 10:30. And I was like, okay, this is the halfway point. I'm going to bed, enjoy the rest of the movie. And then I tried to get up, and I only got like half cheek off of the couch. And then I sat there for the rest of the movie and watched it again. Watched the whole thing. And I loved every minute of it. Totally worth it. I love it. Love it. And I'll stop because now I don't want to overhype it, but at the same time, I don't know if
it can't be because it's not good.
I don't know. I'm afraid of overhyping it, but it's super good. Oh, here's a movie I don't have to worry about overhyping. Thor, Love and Thunder. You love those goats.
I do.
And I'm not a fan.
The best is how much you hated them. Because it was just like every single time you're just like, ugh.
Well, you didn't watch this movie with me.
Every time.
We didn't see this movie together.
I thought we did.
No.
I thought we watched it later with the kids.
No, we haven't watched. I've only seen this one time in theaters. And then you went with one of our kids and saw it in theaters. You and Charlie went.
Yes.
And
hilarious.
You're going to get mad at me. I'm putting D tier down there.
I knew you would.
All right. So next up is Where the Crawdads Sing, which we both saw, not together. But we did go both see it in theaters. I was really pleasantly surprised by this. I was mad at the people that the movie wanted me to be mad at, and was rooting for the people the movie wanted me to root for. And it was a nice little mystery.
Yeah, and you did buy the book and never read it.
I sure did. A tier.
Perfect.
Next is The Gray Man. The way we watched it is, I think, the way to watch The Gray Man. We watched it on a laptop, laying in bed on a Saturday morning, and it's hard to be disappointed with a light action movie in that situation. If I had seen it in a theater, I would have been wanting more, I think. I think that, like, story-wise and action-wise, it felt a little like it didn't have the punch. Like, it wasn't... There were no parts in this, for me, like in Top Gun, where you're, like, clenching your fist. You're like, oh, man, I sure hope that the gray man doesn't die. Like, I don't remember once being worried about Ryan Gosling getting hurt or killed or anything.
This felt like a normal, like, blockbuster action.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's not, like, super good.
Yeah, so I'll put it down.
It's still good. I like him.
Oh, I like
when he does stuff.
Which, him being Ryan Gosling? Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Ryan Gosling.
I can't remember who the other guy was.
Chris Evans, Captain America.
Oh.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, I like both of them a lot, so that's why I think maybe I'm as disappointed. It's just because, like, I like them both, like, in other stuff a lot.
Now I'm trying to remember everything that happened. I remember, like, the
little girl who has the pacemaker that they use to track her and stuff. Well, that's another thing. Like, do you remember any action sequences from this movie? I only remember because I saw some clips the other day.
Like the maze.
Okay, yeah, so at the end of it, they're in a hedge maze. There's a part in this movie where an airplane gets ripped in half. Do you remember that?
I don't know.
Do you remember the part where there's a part where like a train is like crashing and stuff in the middle of a big city, and it's like the big set piece of the movie?
I don't remember.
And so that's for me. That's where the gray man fails.
I don't really remember.
That's where the gray man fails. As you're watching it,
how long ago did we watch this?
It would have been like half a year ago. It
was
in the summer.
It's all a blur.
It says it came out July like 22nd.
I don't know, except I remember everything about Everywhere all at once.
Yeah, and Top Gun. I mean, we just watched Top Gun.
I mean, I can't say everything. There was a lot that
there is a lot that happens,
but I remember a lot about that movie.
And so like that's the big thing when I say like the gray man doesn't have the punch is like you just don't remember it very much. Not again. Hey, there's plenty of meals I've eaten that I don't remember, and they were just fine. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't like there were some people talking about it. I was like, oh, it's fantastic, it's amazing. I was like, I don't know about that, but it's fine. You know what movie was amazing? Not this one. Minions was fine also. But again, I'm trying to think. I think I liked it more than the first Minions. And I think I like it less than all of the Despicable Me movies. I like how they have an annoying version of a Minion that even the Minions don't like. Mm-hmm. That guy, like braces and stuff. He was pretty funny. I don't remember.
They were cute.
Yeah. I mean, the Minions is what the Minions is. Making bazillions of dollars. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's better than any of the other animated movies we have on there. But I don't think it's worse than...
I remember that we really liked it.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm trying to remember...
I remember really liking... Because it's like in the 70s. Mm-hmm. And it's like kung fu stuff and everything.
Oh, yeah. The guys.
Yeah,
the
and...
bad guy stuff.
The bad guys all turn into like the animals and stuff.
Yeah, that was weird.
And so... But I do really remember liking that the end... The action sequence at the end didn't feel like it drug on forever. It was like, oh, and it's over. And it was like, cool. I think I'm going to put it... yeah. I think I'll put it in C tier, but just a little bit below The Lost City. Nope is my favorite movie of the year. Mm-hmm. I don't think you'd probably put it quite as high.
No. But I do really like it.
It's so... Just everything I wanted it to be. I don't want to talk about it too much here. Because I like it so much, I don't want to spoil it. Except for saying that, like, if you like the movie Jaws, I think you should watch the movie Nope. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. Jordan Peele is at it again. Jordan Peele is at it again.
And I am partially traumatized by...
You did... Oh my gosh, I forgot. When the second time I saw Nope in theaters, I took you to see it. Uh-huh. And you, like, screamed.
Audibly screamed. And I was so embarrassed.
So there's a part...
Because I couldn't believe I did that. And then... But then the couple that was in the same row... Because there wasn't many people in the theater.
No.
The couple that was in the same row, we talked to them a little bit after. And I was like... Oh, I'm so sorry when I screamed. And they're like, you screamed? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, wait, didn't know.
I only noticed because you did in my ear, I think. And you only did remember because you were embarrassed.
I was really, I remember I was like thinking, like hiding too.
That was a fun one.
Because it was so dumb too. I was like, why did I scream?
That is a fun watch.
It got me so good.
Like there's some messed up horror stuff.
I'm afraid of monkeys now.
Gordy.
At least monkeys in movies. I'm afraid of monkeys. Because there's that preview for that movie with the monkey. And I was like, this is a horror movie for sure. And it's just like some kind of just nice monkey movie that's was coming out. And I was
monkey movie?
Yeah, he had like a pet monkey.
The Fablemans?
I don't know.
They get a monkey in that movie.
No. It's just about a guy and his monkey. There's some movie.
I have no idea what
I'll have to show it to you because I was like, this whole time I was watching the preview, I was like, this is another horror movie about monkeys. I'm scared. And then it was just like, based on a true story. Da, da, da. And I was just like...
Even scarier.
Terrified. I'm scared.
This is the part where the monkey bites his face off. It's like, nope, this is the part where they go to the grocery store. Curious. And then it's like, in the movie, it's Curious George. And you're like, my gosh, it's horrifying.
I probably, if they did live action Curious George, I would be scared. I would be scared.
Now, to be fair, monkeys, I don't think are quite as scary as great apes are. Like chimpanzees.
Gigi and Nate.
Oh, I did see that.
I was like, I'm so scared.
The reason I wanted to go see Gigi and Nate is it had a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
16%.
Yeah, we literally saw this preview right after watching the movie. And I'm
so
watching
funny.
it and I'm like, I'm scared.
Well, it's like the guy's in a wheelchair too. So like
it's
the
got
monkeys.
16% though.
16% is bad.
It says 90% like this movie of Google users.
You can't trust Google users for nothing.
A young man's life gets turned upside down when he suffers a near fatal illness, is left quadriplegic.
It's like that movie Monkey Shine. Did I ever show you the clip of that movie? Where like the guy's in the wheelchair and the monkey's taking care of him and the monkey...
You told me about it. Stop. I don't want to. I'm terrified. Stop.
That's good. That's
I'm
more,
so scared.
If you're interested in some more monkey-based trauma, check out Monkey Shine.
Oh my gosh.
Or just watch the end of it on YouTube. It's pretty great. Okay. This might be the movie I've seen the most times.
And I have not seen it. So.
Because the kids watch it all the time and I just always kind of get sucked into it. This movie is the DC League of Super Pets is, you know what, not bad. It's definitely the best DC movie starring The Rock to come out this year. Zing on Black Adam. I didn't hate Black Adam.
I haven't seen Black Adam.
I think it's going to live there in the B tier, though, with like the rest of those animated movies. I think I'm going to put it a little bit... no, you know what? I'm going to put it right there. This is not a dig on Turning Red. Don't you sign
Maybe you
me.
just don't like it as much because you're not a girl.
I think that's probably part of it. I don't know what it's like to become a woman. I'm sorry.
You do know what it's like to go through puberty.
Yeah, but puberty for a boy is so much different.
I don't know how to say puberty.
Puberty for a boy is so much different. It's not horrific. It's not like... oh my gosh, my body is trying to kill me all of a sudden. It's not like that. It's just like, I got hair now. Weird. My voice is deeper now. Whoa. I sound like my dad on the phone. That's what puberty is for a boy. It's
Cool.
not like, I need to wear pant protection.
I've never heard it called pant protection.
Well, I wanted to cover all types of
oh my gosh,
products you could use.
Weird.
I don't know. It sounds horrific. I mean, I would not have handled getting my period very well if I was a woman. I know that because I don't do well with any kind of big changes or anything. Anyway, DC League of Super Pets, pretty good.
What happened?
Bullet Train is very fun. I
did see that.
Yeah, we just watched it the other day.
Just recently. Because you can watch it
on Netflix.
And
Brad Pitt's great. The supporting cast is great. I don't think there's a single person in the movie who's given a bad performance.
I loved all of it.
All very fun. All the Thomas the Tank Engine stuff is a nice little surprise. A little goofy.
I really liked Lemon.
And I think I'm gonna put it.
I love that they were Lemon and Tangerine.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Because Tangerine was right, like sophisticated.
And now, do you know, Aaron? I'm blanking on his name now. Mm-hmm. Aaron Taylor, not Aaron. Yeah, why am I blanking on his name?
I don't know.
The guy who was Kick-Ass and the guy who was Quicksilver and the guy who was Lemon. Mm-hmm. Really serious rumors going around that he could be in talks to be the next James Bond, Kayla. So get ready.
What are you saying his name is?
Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Johnson.
I said Smith. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Okay. I got there.
There he is. Look at that handsome dude.
Okay. Let's chill out. You don't gotta...
He's not always handsome.
He's younger than me. Just by 1 year. So I can't remember.
32 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's an Anna Karenina. And he's also in Kick-Ass.
Yeah, I said that one.
He's an Angus Thongs and Schnocking. What?
I don't know what that is.
Who is he in that one?
Probably Snogging.
Is he British?
Yeah. That's why he's up for James Bond.
Wait, he's the main guy. He's the one that she snogs.
He's Schnoggings.
He sings in that one. Oh my goodness. That's a fun movie. I read those books.
Those are
Anyways,
books.
we don't have to keep any of this in.
I probably won't. Don't worry. Prey. What a good Predator movie. You didn't watch this one, did you?
I've not seen it.
Ooh. It's great acting. Mm-hmm. Great action. Mm-hmm. Great dog performance. The dog in it is best dog of the year.
Wonderful.
Best dog of the year. Mm-hmm. This kind of movie is the kind of movie that when you watch it, it's like, just like Aliens, right? You see it, and there's a female lead in it, and it's just seamless. No one's drawn attention to it, and it's like, this is the kind of stuff that I want to show my daughters right off the bat. Be like, look it, she's just being great and not letting anyone stop her, and the movie doesn't make a big deal out of it, and then she kills a predator. So
cool.
Spoilers, I guess, but I figured that'd be a bit of a downer if Predator just showed up and just killed the main character, right? It's definitely a B tier. I'm going to put it above The Northman for sure. I'll put it above. Yeah, I'm going to go right there.
There we go.
Emily the Criminal. I saw this movie in the theaters, and they don't make movies like this in theaters very often anymore, Kayla, where it's just like a grown-up movie about somebody whose life is not great, making bad decisions. They just don't make these kind of movies like and put them in theaters anymore. So it was kind of fun to see a movie like that in the theater. I think that Aubrey Plaza is a great actress who will probably forever be trying to escape the shadow of being funny on TV. I think this kind of feels like, I'll put it with Ambulance. I like Ambulance a little bit more.
Every time you say ambulance, I say ambulance.
Oh, every time I say ambulance, I'm like, ambulance.
Ambulance.
Like, somebody call the ambulance.
Ambulance.
Bodies is a big surprise. It's fun. This movie is fun. I throw fun around a lot. Mm-hmm. This movie is fun.
But we like movies, and we like fun movies.
Mm-hmm. And this one is one.
I have not seen it yet.
I think you'd like it. It's
probably
kind of a horror thriller, like whodunit, like somebody's dead. Oh no, we're trapped in the house. We can't leave. Oh, one of us is the killer, but we all have reasons to hate each other. Blah. And it does a good job of writing, like, I feel... Now, of course, this is coming from somebody who's not a young person anymore, but it feels like writing the young people that I know sounds like them, right? Mm-hmm. And without it being like a joke or, not trying. It's like the movie's not trying to make fun of these people for being young or talking the way that they talk. So that's just nice that it actually feels like real people in that way. But again, it's like Emily the Criminal. You hate most of these people. They suck. But the movie is good, and I'm going to go bottom of B tier for that one. This is Beast. It stars Idris Elba, and he fights a lion in it. And when you see in the trailer, you're like, that's dumb. But then the way it works out in the movie, you're like, that makes sense. It's pretty good, actually. It's a nice little, like, we're trapped in the car. Oh, no, let's try to get away. Oh, no, the lion again. Oh, shit. So as far as, like, that kind of movie goes, it's pretty good. I think it's just a C tier though. But yeah, I'll go above Minions. Orphan First Kill. I watched at home and I giggled the entire time. I don't know if you remember this. You were
I do, because then you proceeded to tell me the
whole
whole
plot.
Entire movie.
And it's wild.
And I was like, yeah, that sounds crazy.
It's a prequel to the movie Orphan.
Still haven't seen it.
Prequel to the movie Orphan. And that's one of those like kind of guilty pleasure movies for me. I know it's like weird and like everything, but I really like it and I think it's fun and great. She's just a great bad guy, and the way that she gets played as her and the camera tricks they're doing to make her look small and young and everything still is great. The fact that they didn't just do like CGI on her either is appreciated. And again, a lot of characters in this that are just awful and I love it. Thumbs up on Orphan First Kill, which I was not expecting at all. I thought it was going to be awful. I'm going to put it in B tier. I'm going to put it above Bodies. I enjoyed it.
B tier's getting stacked.
It's okay. It'll bump down to a second one here in a bit. And yeah. Next up, Dragon Ball Superhero is what the movie is called, which is an awful title for a movie. And obviously not a movie that was originally released in English, because that if it was, they would hopefully rethink that as a title. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, kind of. I wasn't obsessed with it. I didn't watch all the episodes. So this, for me, somebody who is passively interested in Dragon Ball Z and everything, is the perfect amount of Dragon Ball. Like, I walked in, the movie's like, Piccolo is the main character. I'm like, I know who Piccolo is. And Gohan is a secondary character. I'm like, sick. And then they're like, and here's some brand new bad guys that aren't in anything else. I'm like, cool. And then they're like, and they're going to fight a bunch. I'm like, cool. I enjoyed it. It was just a fun time at the movie theater. I'm going to put it in C tier. I'm going to go there. Next up is 3,000 Years of Longing. This is the new George Miller movie, which I think you'd like this one.
Yeah, I just wanted to see that one.
I think you would like it. So coming off of Mad Max Fury Road, though, and having that be like in the advertising, I feel like kind of sets people up to be maybe a little disappointed in it. This movie has the same amount of creativity as that movie, but it's way more of a leisurely stroll than like the roller coaster that was Mad Max. So, again, creative, fun, all the interesting stuff again that you see in it. A good love story, even, and everything. Yeah, it's got good rules, like for the magic and everything. I appreciate some good rules with magic. I think this is gonna. Does that surprise you? Like rules. B tier for me on this one. I'm gonna put it above Chip and Dale. The Invitation is one of the worst movies I saw this year. I did not like it. I blame the marketing mostly for it. It kind of ruins whatever twist there was. So I can't go into it saying it would have been good if I didn't know what the twist was, because the trailers gave away the twist. And I don't know. It's like, imagine a vampire mystery with Downton Abbey. And that's kind of what it's like. If that sounds exciting to you, then hey man, go for it. But it didn't deliver on any of those things in an interesting way. For me, I'm going to put it in F tier. The movie Medieval, again, similarly to The Northman, I liked it. It's definitely lower budget. There's a part really early on in the movie where you see a horse jump into a river. And it's very clearly a fake horse. It's just like straight-legged. Yeah, it's like in the first 5 minutes, and so we were laughing at that going into it. When it comes to like the acting and everything, it's pretty good. But yeah, again, if you like Gladiator and all that stuff, you'll probably like this movie. I'm going to put it... Oh, also, there's like some really weird like times where they're obviously changing what Michael Caine is saying. Like they're changing his dialogue and like doing some deep fake, like he's in shadows and bad ADR that does not match up at all. So again, it's just some budget stuff that kind of knocks it down and makes it seem like not as good. I'm gonna put it in C tier, I think. Yeah, I'll put it right there, actually. Barbarian. Gosh, what a great movie. This one is another one of those way funnier than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to put Barbarian up here in A tier. What a turn. There's a big turn in this movie, Kayla. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if I spoiled this one for you already or not.
I don't know anything.
Okay. You think you know what's going on for the first 15 minutes of the movie. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it's like wham, and it hits you like with the craziest curveball. And then not only that, then it goes to like one of the funniest cuts in a movie. And then you're just like, what the heck? And then it's just so wild and fun. And fun is the wrong word for this one. I had a good time watching this movie in the theater with people reacting to it and getting to see it in that environment. The movie itself is not fun. Deals with themes that are not fun. But it is good. It is good. I loved Barbarian. The Woman King is another movie that I mistakenly might call fun if I'm not thinking about it, because there are some fun parts in it. It's way more of a like Harry Potter situation, right? You know, like new kid goes into a school and like, oh, they have to adapt, and like there's the bully kid, and like
I would not compare it to Harry Potter.
I'm just saying it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. When I was watching that, I was surprised by that aspect of it. The fact that Viola Davis isn't the only main character in it and everything. It does a lot more emotionally, character-wise, like just individually, than I thought it was going to do. Mm-hmm. Very well acted. Great characters.
So good.
And just, I think, a good movie.
I really liked it. It made me cry.
Yeah, for sure.
Made me cry quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't place it. I think it's... I don't think I quite go S tier, but I put it A tier, top A tier.
Above Batman?
Oh, easily.
Nice.
I think that if I'm just talking quality of movie, I'd probably put it there. On my own personal list, it did not end up there, but that's because I love Batman. Clerks 3. I'm going to put it in D tier. I'm going to put it bottom of D tier. I'm going to be nice and not put in F.
Why?
It's a comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you should laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed like twice in the whole movie. Most of it is just like eye-rolling dialogue. And, I mean, it's just lazy Kevin Smith movie, if what it feels like. Because like I've seen good Kevin Smith movies where it feels like he's really trying to do something. And, I mean, there's an audience for it, so good for him making money off it, good for everybody involved making money off of it, but, like, it didn't feel like he was trying to make a good movie. Which is disappointing, because, again, I really like some of his
movies. But it's still
movies.
going in D tier? Why wouldn't it be F tier then?
It's a good question. I think just out of the kindness of my heart, I keep it out of F tier. I don't know.
Okay, I was just asking.
Oh, no.
Everything you said about it sounded like F.
I'm getting called out.
Just like when I was surprised, you're like, this is a great movie. And then you're like, C tier. I was like,
for which one?
All right.
What did I do that one on?
You did that
like
for...
Emily the Criminal?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was just like,
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm just thinking...
It's not that detrimental. I was just
well, I know.
I mean,
it's an honest question, and I want to have a good answer for it. I think that maybe I keep it in D tier because of... I have no answer. F tier it is, I guess. Okay. I have no answer for you.
I was like, it sounds like F movie
all
to
you
me.
gotta
And from
do.
what you said you hated it. So
All you got to do to challenge me is be like, oh yeah? Well, why isn't it an F tier? Any movie? And I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know. I grumble. Like, nope, my favorite movie of the year. Well, it kind of sounds like it should be an F tier to me. I don't know why it shouldn't be. The Sea Beast was a Netflix original movie, animation. It's fun.
so good.
It is. There's me and that F word again. My F word.
Fun.
I need to stop saying
Fantastic. It was good. It was surprising, and it was different, and original story, and
different and original. Now you're sounding like me.
I don't know.
No, yeah, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise. By the time that I watched it, you guys had all watched it and said it was good. And so...
And we're like, you gotta watch this
You gotta watch it. And I kept being like, I don't want to watch a movie right now. All I do is watch movies. Okay, I think it's probably a B tier. Because I'm looking at it.
It's a kids movie. B tier.
Yeah.
It's a kids movie.
Pretty much.
No A tier kids movies.
I don't think there really were any A tier kids movies this year.
I don't know.
Oh, no. There is. No. There is later on.
I know. It was a joke.
I forgot.
But it's got your favorite, like,
Carl
and kid dynamic, and...
I almost said Keith Urban, but that's the music guy again. Oh, it does have the kid dynamic with the gruff old dude who then gets his heart melted. Don't worry, darling. Don't worry, I won't talk about it for long. D tier. Oh no, it tried to become C tier. It became self-aware.
Just because
now
Florence.
You're gonna be all
just because. Well, no, because you said you liked
and
Florence.
Chris Pine. Florence Pugh and Chris Pine, and the score was interesting. It's weird and has a lot of vocalization in it. But I definitely, while I was watching the movie, when I was listening to the score, I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Like, so those three things will keep it out of F tier. I do like Florence Pugh, and the person in the comments of my worst stuff videos being like, "What's up, people defending Florence Pugh?" I was like, I didn't know that I needed to have a reason to defend Florence Pugh. I thought she's just good. You know, she's just good at doing acting.
Doing the acting.
She's good at doing the acting, and so we just admit that. That's all I got.
I don't know. I just read a lot of articles and stuff.
Oh, yeah, all the drama stuff around it, too, made it harder to watch, too, because I'm just like, ugh, gross. Anyway. The Greatest Beer Run Ever was a movie I did not know I was going to see. I walked into the theater. It was the mystery movie. So that was a fun experience. So I think because of that, I actually probably enjoyed this movie more than maybe I would have if I just watched it knowing what it was going to be. Because I was pleasantly surprised. It doesn't do anything groundbreaking talking about war or Vietnam especially. It really is like a guy who is all for America goes over there, finds out that things are awful, and then comes back home. And it's a little less like, hey, war is good. But it's still like, we got to support the troops. So it's like it's really the middle of the road take of everything in that. And if it wasn't a real life story, like if it wasn't based on true events, I'd say it's the craziest thing I've ever heard. And why did they make such a ridiculous movie? But the fact that it's real is something. And again, here's Zac Efron actually being good in a movie. So there you go. I'm going to put this one in C tier. I'm going to put it right below Emily the Criminal. Hocus Pocus 2. Kayla, what do you think of Hocus Pocus 2?
Loved it. That was great.
I'm glad you liked it.
It was everything I could have hoped for.
I'm going to put Hocus...
As far as much as I can plan to hope for something.
Sure. I'm going to put Hocus Pocus 2 in D tier. I'm going to put it right there.
How very dare you?
How very dare you? That's Bluey? Is that Bluey?
How very dare you?
How very dare you? For me, I struggle with these movies where they're like, the first one is so good. Like, okay, I don't want to make it sound like I'm going to overpraise the original Hocus Pocus, but it's so good, a masterpiece. The first Hocus Pocus is a really good job at establishing the Sanderson sisters as a threat, like a legitimate threat to the kids, right? And everything. They're evil. They want to kill kids. And then this movie comes along, and I'm fine with the introduction and where it's like you learn why they become the way they are. That's fine.
I loved it.
But the ending where Winifred is like just sad that her sisters aren't there anymore, and then like, oh, God bless you for setting me free and stuff. I'm like, this ain't no Winifred that I saw in the first movie, who's like literally like blasting people with magic and like sucking the souls out of little kids and stuff. And so for me, I struggle with that. I really struggled. Because I like evil that gets to be thwarted by good. And it's hard when the evil is realistic person. Like, give me just the evil witch. I'm cool with that. But they've become icons. They're going to make a lot of money off of them. And so you dull them down a little bit. So that's fine. Hey, man. It's fine. I'll always pick the first one over the second one.
All right. Gosh. I'm like, you could also hear what I think in my review of Hocus
No, I'm going to talk for longer than my review right now. Okay. Pearl was a delight. Now, it's a really messed up movie, but it was great. I did not get around to seeing X, which is the movie this is a secret prequel to. They filmed at the same time, which is cool.
I heard about that.
And she is so good. She is so good in this movie at playing this, like, twisted person who, like, when you find out, like, the levels of, like, how messed up she is, like, at first you think, like, oh, she's just kind of like a normal girl who's kind of like had a rough go, but then it turns out it's like, no, she's just always been messed up and stuff, and it's just like, oh shoot. And she's great, and the lady who plays her mom is really good too, and yeah, it's not over abundant in like the gore and everything either. Like the kills are like, they take a long time to get there, but when they do happen, you're like, oh shoot, that was effective and pretty gross at parts. So I liked it. I'm gonna put it at B tier again.
You like it more than Orphan?
Yeah, I do like it more than Orphan. I think I might like it like this much.
Wow.
I think that's where I like it.
I have nothing base.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow.
It's not a movie you would like.
Okay.
I don't think you would like it.
Cool.
Another movie I don't think you would like is Hellraiser. The remake, kind of the original Hellraiser. And it's on Hulu. And it's another gross movie with monsters with like skin that's hanging off of them and stuff. And there's torture and everything in it. But I don't know. It does a good job at like at least making me kind of care about most of the characters, which is better than most movies like this do. I think I'm probably going to put it in C tier, the bottom of C tier. It was a fine put on during Halloween month and kind of pay attention to it while I was working movie. Day Shift. I think I watched this the same day I watched Hellraiser. I was really like, let's kind of buff up. Let's get those movies. Let's get those numbers up there. So I was just like, let's find some more scary movies. It's a movie about vampires starring Jamie Foxx and Dave Franco. And then Snoop Dogg's in it too.
Nice.
Snoop Dogg like smoking on like a blunt while he's shooting a minigun at a bunch of vampires. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
There's some fun imagery in this. There's definitely potential here. This is the kind of movie, if it would have come out in theaters like 10 years ago, I feel like it would have made plenty of money and there'd be like at least 2 of them. Probably 3. because it's like sets up this whole world where there's like you join the, like, you know, like in Alita Battle Angel, where like you join the league to like hunt down the criminals. Like you join this league to hunt down vampires, and so like, you get put on day shift, which is the bad shift because vampires aren't out in the daytime. So, but you kill the vampires, you take out their teeth, and you bring their teeth in, and you get money for it. So,
yeah, take out their teeth.
Yeah, usually after you kill them already, you cut their head off and then you pull their teeth out. Anyway, so a lot of times they're already just a skeleton, though, so it's cool. Okay. No big deal. But yeah, I think this is one that it's forgotten at this point. Like, people aren't gonna. I don't see how people find this movie. But if you are looking for a movie that's kind of got some kind of Halloween feel a little bit to it, this could be a fun one to watch. I'm going to put that one in C tier. It's kind of like a hang around the Gray Man. I'll go up above the Gray Man because, like, it's got vampires in it.
Yeah, vampires are cool.
Vampires are cool. Hey, speaking of vampires, Hotel Transylvania, Transformania. This movie's okay.
Yeah.
It's the worst of the Hotel Transylvania movies. It's the only one that doesn't have Adam Sandler in it, which you can barely tell. C tier. I'll go bottom C tier.
Okay.
Did you see that one?
Yeah. I saw it before you.
Oh, humble brag. Huh? So Amsterdam. It's a weird movie in that, like, it's so long for what's going on in it. I feel like the leads are good, but the story is just like it starts and stops. Like, you go and you're like, get invested in what's going on story wise, and then all of a sudden we'll stop and do like a flashback to something that you already know about or that isn't interesting. And then it's like, it just slows everything down. And if they would have cut down on those, it would have been shorter. Things would have moved faster. I'm not to say that I know how to make a movie or anything, but it's just like, it felt like it was a bunch of stuff that was just making it last longer than it needed to. Ironic for me to say that right now in the middle of this super long YouTube video. How witty of me. Put this in D tier.
I can't stop yawning.
To be fair, you were yawning before we even started doing this. So.
But I was like, yeah, let's give it a go.
Let's do it. And now we're almost done. So this is not a great movie. My Best Friend's Exorcism.
Is that Barb?
No, it's not Barb. It's the girl from the movie 8th Grade.
Okay.
Do you remember that movie?
It looks like Barb from over here.
It is not Barb. But okay. It's not great.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that. Do not need to see.
Does she get exercised?
Now that would be spoiling.
Okay.
Yes, she does. She gets exercised.
Great.
I think that's a good place for it too. D tier. Okay, great. Oh, this is the worst movie of the year that I saw. It's so bad. I don't have much to say outside of the acting's bad, the script is bad, and like, it sounds like it's the first time they're reading the script, like when they're doing their line readings and everything. And
perfect.
Then the sets are super cheap, and it's just like gel filters on lights to like make things look weird and moody, and I don't know. It's really weird also that Rob Zombie made a family-friendly Monsters movie. Odd. Okay, Halloween Ends. Oh, gosh. Now, word of mouth was so bad on this movie, Kayla. I didn't see this in theaters. I watched this at Isaac's house because it did release the same day on Peacock. And that was the right call because we made fun of this movie the whole time we were watching it. And that made it a fun experience. I didn't have the problems that a lot of people had with it, where like the kid is like taking over as Michael Myers. They did advertise it as not that. They're all like, he's going to fight Laurie Strode. Oh, it's going to be awesome. But like, that's literally like the last 10 minutes of the movie. All of that being said, I didn't hate it. I think I put it in. C tier. I think I'll go C. Bottom C. Black Adam is completely fine.
He says aggressively.
It's fine. But like a movie that you spent 15 years trying to get made, sorry, The Rock, you needed to be more than fine. And
is that his fault?
Yeah, he's the one who's been trying to get it made for like 15 years since now.
I know, but like, is it his fault that
the movie's bad? I don't know whose fault it is. I think that, I mean, I was tired of hearing The Rock talk about it, but I'm also very involved in like looking for movie stuff and listening to stuff. So like I'd heard him say it a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't think he helped the situation at all. And then I'm like almost more mad at him that Henry Cavill showed up for a second to just like tease that he was gonna maybe be Superman again, and then just have it all fall apart. So like I've soured.
Well, that's not his fault.
Not The Rock's fault. Actually, The Rock would.
I mean, he was part of it.
He would claim that it was his fault because before we knew everything fell apart, he was all like, "I'm the one who got Superman put in that movie. They didn't want to do it, but I made them do it." And then DC's like, he's not going to be Superman anymore, and we're probably not going to make any more Black movies either. And it's just like, things fell apart for Dwayne Johnson real fast. I think it's like C tier. I think I liked it more than Doctor Strange. Because I walked out of it like being like, yeah, it was all right. And I did like the kid who was the Atom. And so, or Atom Smasher, sorry, not the Atom. Atom Smasher. So yeah, I'll go see it.
Well, we got to see him one last time. Superman.
We did.
Well, I haven't yet, but I know
it was glorious. He shows up, I'm like, yeah. I liked it so much, I made it one of the things I was thankful for in my Thanksgiving video this year, or last year. Mm-hmm. That didn't age well. It didn't age well like a month later. Okay, Smile. This was another good surprise. I'm going to put it in B tier. I'm going to put it up here.
I should have brought snacks.
You did have snacks. We started out making this video with breakfast burritos.
Yeah, but that was dinner. That wasn't snacks.
Well, we'll reward ourselves with a snack as soon as we get done. We're almost there. So, Smile was really good. Way more like psychological. Like I almost think you would like it, Kayla. But it would scare you.
Is like Peel psychological?
Kinda. So, but it's like messed up. So it's
they like trying to go for the same kind of thing?
No.
It's like Us or something?
No, because like so this one
felt like it with the preview.
No, so like this one is like you see somebody like do the smile and then they kill themselves. Right. And then you are infected with it and you start seeing stuff and then eventually like, you do that with somebody else. Like so it's kind of like The Ring or something. Or
no, not The Ring. It's like the wind one. The wind's getting you.
The Happening?
Yeah.
It's more kind of like there's a horror movie came out a while ago called It Follows. It's kind of like that. But
anyways, psychological.
But yeah, but it does have some crazy like not to say like monster designs, but like there's some crazy stuff in it visual wise that I'm like, I don't know if you'd like that. It might be too much for you.
I don't know.
It's not one I'd say you need to watch. Hey, look, it's The School for Good and Evil, the movie we watched on Halloween. Not necessarily a Halloween movie. No. But it was a fine movie to sit down and watch with the kids. Yeah. It's definitely, I'm not the target audience on this movie, but it was fine.
It's fine.
I'll put it in C tier. I'll put it bottom C tier.
There you go.
Triangle of Sadness. What a delight. I really liked this movie. It is sick and twisted and funny. And another one of those, like, you know who's awful? Rich people. But then by the end of the movie, you're like, it's not actually saying that. It's saying people who take advantage of power and position, stuff like that. And that can be anybody, depending on where you find yourself. So, I really, really did enjoy this movie. I think I'm going to put it up in A tier.
Wow.
I really did like that.
You have talked about it a lot.
It has one of my favorite sequences in it. I'm going to call it the people getting sick sequence. And it's wild. It's so gross out. Like, it came out of nowhere. Because, like, this movie is, like, pretty, like, I don't want to say highbrow, but, like, you wouldn't think it's above, like, a huge gross out scene. But it's not. And it does it really well. Enola Holmes 2. I almost forgot that we watched this movie. I don't know if I watched Enola Holmes 1. Might be one of the reasons.
You did.
Maybe.
I thought you did.
Maybe. That would have been a while ago. There's Henry Cavill, though. There's our boy.
There he
as
is.
Sherlock Holmes. That guy has played a lot of famous characters.
Yeah. He does a great
he's going to
job.
be just fine. I think
He's
our
great.
boy's going to be just fine. He's going to be fine. Tell me he's going to be fine.
He's fine.
Thank you. What'd you say?
He's fine.
He's fine. So, yeah, this was a good one.
Yeah, I liked it.
Fun little mystery, actually, with, like, clues and stuff that you could pick up on, which is nice in a movie. It doesn't always happen.
That last bit was crazy. When they're, like, finally coming to the head and
like when
everything
they're
at the
solving the
theater,
mystery.
and it's just like, oh my gosh.
You're like,
what
oh
is
my
happening?
gosh.
Ah! Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Let's put it in.
Just a B.
You think B? I think, yeah, I can go B. I don't think I like it better than Bodies, though. But I'll put it B.
Alright.
Sure. Oh, baby. This is an A tier for me. Weird. The Al Yankovic story.
That one.
That movie's wild. It doesn't get as crazy as I was secretly hoping it would.
But it was funny.
It was very funny.
And it was just like
there.
the fact that it's Daniel Radcliffe. It's just like really
well,
funny.
it's so funny, like seeing people talk about reviews online and everything. Where like,
and the fact that we know that Weird Al's like a super tall guy and Daniel Radcliffe's just
short,
like
sure.
too.
Well, I just think it's funny that it's like people be like, "What a bad pick for a biopic," and it's like that's also one of the jokes. It's like that Daniel Radcliffe doesn't look like Weird Al, and like that's part of the joke too. Like everything about this is a joke. Like,
yeah,
it's none of it is to be taken seriously. Even the parts of it that are actually telling you what happened is like tied in with like goofy things that obviously didn't happen, like his weird relationship with Madonna and everything. Like that's not
the
real
stuff with Madonna. Yeah,
and so it's just like
you're like, what is real?
yeah.
What
That's
true?
the thing. Like I'm sitting there with the kids and they're like, "Did that really happen?" And I'm like, "No." And then like something did happen. It's like that happened though. And they're like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, that really happened."
Wait,
But
they watched it with us?
parts of it. What happened was we started watching it with the kids, and then the kids were like, "I don't want to watch this," and then I was all like, "Well, then leave." That's what because I was like, because I'm watching it.
Because what is it rated? Because I didn't.
It's only
think
PG-13.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't plop them down in front of the R-rated. We're smarter than that most of the time.
Yeah, the stuff with the like the gun and everything, like
Yeah. Anyway, that's a good time.
it was funny.
See how they run? We were invested enough in this movie to take like a 2-week break in the middle of it and still come back and finish it. Mm-hmm. So that's saying something.
Yeah, we tried to watch it, but we were way too tired.
Way too tired, and then I took a business trip where I was gone for a week, and then it took us a week after that to get back to it. But we did get back to it.
We did.
And I thought it was fun.
It's good.
Fun little mystery. Fun again. That should be my New Year's resolution. Don't say the word fun.
We're 3 days in. You've already ruined it.
Well, I mean, I just said it now. You can't retroactively fail a New Year's resolution.
You did.
Oh, okay. Well, then, fun.
You just go super fun.
Super fun. Super hot.
Fun.
Super fun.
Fantastic.
But I did enjoy this one. Again, a lot of interesting characters. And she's good. Saoirse Ronan is really good.
Yeah, she was super cute.
I'm going to put this in B tier. I'm going to put it above. Right above Enola Holmes. That'd be a nice little double feature.
I could see her character again. And him.
Yeah.
Like, they're a cute little quirky duo.
Lyle Crocodile. Probably the movie the kids have asked you to watch the most that you haven't watched yet this year, Kayla. Because I did take them to the theater by myself for this one. How brave am I? And let me just say this. Pleasantly surprised. Pleasant movie with some catchy music. Javier Bardem's weird character did not rub me the wrong way. I did enjoy him. The little boy is fine. He was in the whatever those movies called. The Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He was in at least one of those. Maybe like the second casting. I can't remember if he was the first one or not. But he was in one of those.
All right. Great. I thought you guys liked the music.
I did like the music. I said I liked the music.
Oh, I don't remember you saying that.
I thought I did. Pleasant
I just
music.
remember you struggling to know where the kid was from.
Yeah.
Moving around.
I liked it more than The Gray Man.
You like it more than Uncharted.
Well, maybe if Lyle Crocodile had jumped out of an airplane.
Oh, okay.
Then maybe I'd be into it.
Okay. Fair.
Breaking. I watched this movie on an airplane, and it's the only movie on this list that I did not technically finish. I watched it as long as I could until they turned off the screens. And so I did miss like the last 5 minutes, but I do believe after doing my research, I think I saw pretty much everything. What a sad movie, based on a true story, about a guy who goes and like kind of takes some hostages in the bank, because of his treatment by the VA, as a veteran and everything. Whew, so sad. John Boyega, great in this movie. He was good in The Woman King, but he's fantastic in this one. And so, but it's not one I ever want to watch again. So that's probably even more of a good thing about it. Let's put it up here. Sure, we'll go there. B2.
Some movies are just one-time watches.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Disenchanted. It was fine. It wasn't anything extra from what I was expecting. It didn't blow me away. Like, it was more Enchanted, but like a little less. I'm going to put it in C tier, but I'll go.
I really love
Maya Rudolph. I know you do. I saw Maya Rudolph was on somebody's like worst actress in a movie this year. Yeah.
No.
That's the worst. That's the worst thing about.
I think she's funny.
That's the worst thing about looking at.
And I liked
online,
her being a bad guy too.
Is that inevitably like your favorite thing will be someone's least favorite thing, and it's just kind of like, oh well. Oh. I saw somebody's video the other day. They had Where the Crawdads Sing is one of the worst movies of the year.
Oh.
I was like,
okay then.
Okay. It's like, I disagree on that.
Yes.
Wakanda Forever. So I do think this was the strongest showing from Marvel in theaters this year. If we're counting stuff at home, I think I liked She-Hulk more. That could be controversial. So I think it's at least in B tier. I'm trying to think if it's got enough in it. I'm trying to think if it's got anything in it that makes me want to put it all that high up. I really liked Namor a lot. Really cool. He's cool. Good. I'm really excited to see more of him.
And he's just bad.
Yeah, he's especially at the end where they're like, "You just gave up," and he's like, "Nah, dude.
Nah.
They're gonna
be on our side. They're gonna
need us later, and then we'll have the power." And I'm like, "Yeah, keep it going."
He's
because that's what he's like in the comics. It's like nobody likes Namor because he's just a jerk, and I'm like, good. Lots of M'Baku. I love Winston Duke. That might be enough for me.
And the robot girl?
Riri's fine. I mean, I'll be excited to see more of her.
I thought she was cool.
She's got her own Disney Plus series coming out next year.
Whoa.
Yeah. Did y'all know that? Cool. Yep.
Oh,
So,
then I thought that all this stuff going on with what's her name? The main girl.
Shuri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All that's good.
There was a lot of stuff.
And you know what's going to bump it up to A tier? Angela Bassett.
She's great.
She was great. She's fantastic.
So great.
I'll put it at the bottom of A tier, but I'll get it up to A tier.
People were upset because just like, that was too much.
Spoilers.
Too much.
They killed her, and it's sad.
It's too much.
The movie's pretty sad. The Menu. Oh gosh, our A tier is going to become big too, because this movie is really, really, again,
I do want to see
funny.
it. I have not seen it.
Way funnier than I thought it was going to be. All the characters are very well acted. Nicholas Hoult is one of the most frustratingly annoying people I've ever seen in a movie, and he's fantastic for it. It's like, wow, he's awful. And not like in a way where you're like, oh, what an awful person, but like he's just like annoyingly awful until eventually you learn some more things about him. But like even at the beginning, it's like, ugh, it's like off-putting. Then Anya Taylor-Joy is always great. Rafe Fiennes. I was gonna say Ralph.
Guy.
I was gonna say Ralph Fiennes, which is on the podcast once. That's so funny. We had a friend who mispronounced his name, had never heard it out loud, and just read it. It's Ralph Fiennes. So that's so funny. Rafe Fiennes, Voldemort himself. He's really, really good in this movie. Yeah. I think that if you watch the trailer and you're like, maybe it was a little too horror, I'd say don't worry about it. Take the risk, because I think that it's a smart movie that has enough in it where there are surprises that it is a good watch. If my recommendation is enough for you just to watch it without watching the trailer, I'd say don't watch the trailer. Just go into it. And I talked about it without saying fun. I deliberately didn't say fun.
Fun time.
Fun time at the movies. A tier.
A tier.
I think I go. Man, Scream is way up there. I don't know if that's accurate, but it should be that high. All right, Slumberland. I cried. B tier. It's a cute little movie about remembering how much your dad loves you and learning to love your uncle that has to take care of you now. That's very surface level what it's about.
It was cute.
It's also
it was cute.
Very good. Violent Night was everything I wanted it to be, plus a little bit extra. Great performances from David Harbour and John Leguizamo. The action is brutal, yet still kind of lighthearted, so you don't like get too grossed out by some of the grotesque things that are happening. Lots of seasonal things that you would hope they would do. Way more pathos and background than I thought was going to get. I would definitely recommend A Violent Night, and that's why I'm going to give it A tier. And I'm going to put it above Wakanda Forever. Troll was, again, when I saw a trailer for on Netflix, I watched it on my computer, wasn't disappointed by it. It kind of felt like a lower budget, lower tier Roland Emmerich movie, but a good one. So not like Moonfall, but like, watching Independence Day, where it's like kind of cutting between all these different characters, and then they kind of come together and have to work as a team. And it really kind of hits all those big story beats. But it's fun to see that from a perspective of a country that's not the United States. So you get to see like, just what's going on there. So it's like, I don't know, it's just a little different. So I enjoyed it. I'm going to put that in B tier. And I'm going to put it right there. The Fabelmans. I saw this one with my dad what a movie to go see with your dad in the theater. It probably helped a little bit. I really, really liked it. It does a good job at letting you see people for who they are and their faults and understanding why they're doing what they're doing without having to, really be going along with it and thinking it's a good idea. It all felt pretty realistic, which makes sense since it's mostly based on Steven Spielberg's life and his parents' relationship. The final scene with Sammy at the film studio is one of my favorite parts of a movie all year, and it was a great scene, and I don't want to spoil it because I just really liked it. So the Fabelmans was a enjoyable movie. I'm gonna put in B tier. I think I'm gonna go top of B tier though. Pinocchio, or Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, because there were 3 Pinocchio movies that came out this year, Kayla. A really bad one, the Disney one, which is also supposed to be really bad, and then this one. And I only watched the good one because this movie is really good. It's very sad and dark, but you would expect nothing less from the guy who brought us Pan's Labyrinth. He holds back only on like the grotesqueness of violence and everything that would make things worse. It's still...
It made Colson
one of our
upset.
Yeah, one of our children did physically react to a death in the movie. Our youngest has no problem describing the plot, though, where a child dies in the first 5 minutes. But yeah, I was very emotional the whole time through this one. It's a very good movie. The animation is fantastic. It's a beautiful movie. Obviously, they put a ton of work into making it. The voice acting is really good. I like Ewan McGregor a lot, obviously. And then the guy who's Geppetto, I like him a lot too. He's the guy who's the caretaker in the Harry Potter movies, whose name I can't remember. Filch, I think. Oh gosh, I could be wrong. Oh well. Can you tell that I've been going?
They're gonna come for you.
Coming for me. That's an A-tier movie also. I'll put it like right there. Ticket to Paradise. What a pleasant little late night. It was the perfect environment when we watched this movie. It's like, as a parent, we got home from a Christmas concert at the school. Kids are in bed. It's not too late. So we just kind of grab some snacks. Let's put on a movie. Oh, looks like the lowest stakes movie I've ever seen. And then it was. And it was just a pleasant time seeing people who are attractive be in a beautiful location and figure out their family troubles. But like in a funny way, not like in a serious way, like in a way where it's like, tee, this is fun. Isn't it funny how what's something that happened in this movie? Isn't it funny how a dolphin punched George Clooney in the nuts? And it's like, you know what? That is pretty funny. So all of that being said, I think I'm going to put it in C tier though. But near the top, I think it plays well. It's not as funny as The Lost City, but I don't think it's trying to be either. So Avatar: The Way of Water. I love this movie. Kayla, I loved this movie. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've loved it quite as much as I did. I
really liked it.
I just can't get
it was good.
I can't get over how much I loved that his buddy was a whale, right? And I've said it.
Not a whale.
Not a whale. A Tanook, right, or something like that. Tuknum, or whatever.
Tukum?
I can't remember. Whatever it is.
Anyways.
But like, it's just so good, and I've talked about it in like 3 videos at this point, so I won't go into too much detail about it. But I just like it.
That's good. I'm looking forward to more.
Me too. And there will be more because it made a bunch of money. A Christmas Story Christmas. What a pleasant surprise.
Love it.
It's always like...
See, I can say I loved it.
Yeah, I always get worried, like, walking in a situation like this where it's like, it's been so long since the last one. Are they going to be able to? And they really do. They really make it. It feels like the first one. Like he has the fantasies, but they don't feel like childhood fantasies that are just for an adult.
It's just
him still.
Him.
Yeah, and yeah, I really really liked it, and it made me cry, which again not hard to do, but it did do it. I think I'll probably put it in B tier. I think I'll put it like. Yeah, we'll go there. B tier. Oh boy. Okay, The Whale. Darren Aronofsky's The Whale, starring Brendan Fraser. What do I think about this movie? I don't know if I've even really come to terms with it. For starters, Brendan Fraser, fantastic. If he wins an Academy Award, it's well deserved. He acts like crazy in this movie. So, there's that. I really like, and the girl from Stranger Things, Sadie Sink, I think is her name. She does a good job. I mean, everybody does a good job, but like, she is so unlikable. She is just like the nastiest person. I'm not saying that like it doesn't make sense why she would be that way, but she's just so nasty and mean. It makes you feel a lot of feelings. I don't think I want to put it in A tier though. So I think it's going to go to B tier.
It works with the traumatic things.
Yeah, traumatic stuff goes in B tier. Don't want to think about it too much, so it can go in B tier.
Never gonna watch it again.
Given the right circumstances,
is it
I
on
could
a
find myself.
should watch? People should watch it.
If somebody asked me, "What do you think of this movie?" I would give it a positive thoughts. I would share that with them. I would not say you need to go see it. But it is really. I feel like it's well acted. The direction and stuff in it is like fine. It's very much just a play. And how it's written and everything, because that's what it was before it was a movie. Strange World. It's just kind of a weird movie. Like, it's like, I don't know how Disney could have sold it better, but at the same time, I know they didn't do a good job of selling people on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it was, the trailers didn't really show what the movie was about, or like,
they're just like, look at all these strange things.
It's so weird. But it's like,
I really liked all this stuff.
Yeah.
The design stuff was cool.
And
it's like an ocean.
Yeah, and it like takes turns that like I honestly wasn't expecting. Like, but like, as far as like the father-son stuff goes, there are a million movies that do it better. Even Disney movies. Like, movies that have come out this year. Like, the relationship between Jake Gyllenhaal and his son is pretty good. But, like, the Dennis Quaid to Jake Gyllenhaal stuff just wasn't really working for me. Like, I wasn't feeling, like, drawn to that.
Well, I think that was supposed to be because they don't get along, really, and stuff. And they were estranged.
Yeah.
Had a strained relationship. He also hadn't been around for years because basically it turned out because he just decided not to.
Yeah, which is pretty lame.
Which is terrible. So, what are you doing to us?
I don't know. I'm getting distracted.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. I think I'd probably put it in. I think I put in. I don't think it quite squeaks into B tier for me. I definitely liked it more than Minions. But I think I'll put it right there in C tier. Top of C. Near the top of C tier. Glass Onion, I really, really liked. I think I would keep it in A tier. Just because it wasn't quite as special as Knives Out. Because Knives Out was a surprise and everything. But I feel like it lived up to it and didn't disappoint. So that's what I have to say about that one.
It's good.
Yep. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. So delightful. So nice. A beautiful story. I can't get enough of this movie. I think about it all the time. I had known that I was going to love this movie since I saw the trailer. And I just kind of been putting it off all year. I don't know why. Probably because I wanted to try to watch it for free. I think is what it was. I kept being like, it'll show up on streaming. It'll show up on streaming. And then it didn't show up on streaming. And I was like, if I don't watch that, then all of my lists will be missing a movie. Because it really is up there for me. I'm going to put it, for me, it's S tier. It's not quite as goodness as Paddington 2, but it's definitely the most good movie I've seen since Paddington 2. Just pleasantness with no qualifier. Mm-hmm. Love it. One last big surprise, Kayla, of the year. Mm-hmm. Puss in Boots. Holy moly. I want to go see this movie with you. Okay. Because it is so good. Lighthearted. It's a kid's movie. So know that going in. It's not like it's going to like maybe rock your world outside of that. But way more emotional weight to it than I thought we were going to get in Puss in Boots. Mm-hmm. The action and animation in it is so like just on the level of like imagine like Into the Spider-Verse, mm-hmm. right? It's very similar to that. Characters are good. Goldilocks and the Three Bears are a lot of fun. And then the wolf that's like after Puss in Boots is just great. Very menacing. Mm-hmm. And Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek are just having a great time as their characters. Love it.
I will be looking forward to watching it.
I think I'm going to put it top of A tier.
Wow.
I think I'll put it after Glass Onion.
Wow.
I think I'll put it down below the Batman.
I was like, wow. I think I'll keep putting these movies above Batman. I'll keep being surprised.
Well, Batman, I really liked Batman. I mean, I think this almost speaks to the strength of these movies.
I liked it, but I don't think I really liked it.
That's fair. Hey, again.
I was like, it's Batman. I thought you did a good job.
Yeah. It's Batman, and it's a good Batman. But
it's just more like
just Batman.
Emo.
I'm telling you, man, I'm waiting for that goofy Batman. I want some goofy Batman. One of these days it'll happen.
I did like that they were incorporating that he's a detective. That was the part that
they did bring in some different that, and then just how positive the movie ends on Batman. I really enjoyed both of those things, and those things make me excited to see what comes next. Mm-hmm. So, all right, 2 more movies to go.
Yeah, I just haven't watched these last few.
Yeah, one of them is you'll like a lot, and that's this one, Matilda, which got a theatrical release in the UK, made quite a bit of money, but of course, Netflix is like, we don't put movies out in the U.S., really, which is why they lost money on Glass Onion, too. But anyway, Matilda is, again, just phenomenal. Matilda is a triumph. Mm-hmm. It's got great music, because it is a musical, because I just said that like 3 times. The songs are really fun. And the little girl who is Matilda is fantastic. She brings an intensity to the character that's way different than the Matilda that we watched growing up, and which I really appreciated. The Trunchbull, again, is Emma Thompson is having a blast being that character, and is different enough also where I'm not directly wanting to compare them to the one from the Danny DeVito film. So yeah, I mean, it separated itself enough. It's set in England instead of over in the U.S. too. So, I mean, those are just all things that helped it differentiate itself from the one I would have been comparing it to. But on top of that, Miss Penny is great. She's played by the, I'm going to blank on her name, but who was in the last James Bond, who was the new 007. Mm-hmm. She's Miss Honey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's great. Just what a great reminder of like good teachers. And yeah, I really, really, really liked Matilda. I think I'll put it in.
Teacher.
I think I really liked Matilda. It's going to be high D tier for me. All right, and then that brings us to the last movie that I saw last year, and I don't know why it's the last movie I saw, but actually, it's because it gets picked in. So, last movie I saw of the year was Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank. I remember making a note in my movies list when I saw the trailer. I wrote the movie down that was coming out, and then I wrote looks bad next to it. So when I watched it, I actually was a little surprised, pleasantly surprised. It's nice to go in with low expectations and not be completely disappointed. It definitely, especially after just having watched Puss in Boots, just kind of felt lazy with the jokes it was telling and everything. But, whatever. I'm going to put it in... I'll be nice. Bottom of C tier. There we go. And there it is. That's my whole tier list. That's of all the movies, the new movies I saw last year.
Cool.
There we go. Cool. Thanks for being here, Kayla.
Sure.
Now we get to go to sleep.
I'm going to pass out.
All right, perfect. All right, thanks, everybody. Let me know, again, your favorite movies and everything down in the comments below. Let me know how wrong I am about some of these. I do appreciate those comments as well. All right, talk to you later. Bye.